Every once in a while, I just like to scroll through my TikTok comments and try to find the meanest one. So let's see. I don't know if you really think your hair is good, but it looks kind of goofy. I guess that's not that mean, it's just an opinion, but it doesn't make me feel good. Oh, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jesse's Barbershop. My name is Jesse, and if you're new here and you're somebody who's interested in men's hair tips, tricks, tutorials, all that kind of good stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button because that's what I do here on this channel. So today, this is gonna be episode 2 of my men's hairstyling essential techniques. I don't even really remember what it was called. So in the first episode, we went over a blow drying technique called scrunch drying, and that was designed for people with curlier or wavier hair. But in today's video, we're gonna be going over something that's more for giving like a straighter and more smoother look. And the technique we're gonna be using involves one of these. It's called a round brush for 2 reasons. 1, because it's round, and 2, it's a brush. I think people, guys especially, tend to stay away from these things because you only ever see people in salons using them or women with long hair using them. But there's actually a lot of value for you guys to learn how to style your hair with one of these as a dude. So essentially the idea is, first of all, it straightens the hair while still giving it a little bit of movement. So as you can probably imagine, if you straighten your hair with, let's say, like a flat iron or something like that, when you pull it straight down, it's just gonna go perfectly darn tootin' rootin' straight, right? With one of these, it'll allow you to get that smoothness that you'd get from a flat iron, but still allow your hair to have a little bit of movement. And here I'll explain why. As you can imagine, the barrel of this brush is round. So what you do is you take the hair and you dry it around this brush. So when you take the brush out, it's still got a little bit of movement to it, and also gives you a lot of control over the volume and the direction of your hair. So in this video, I'm gonna be using one of these, styling my hair with it from beginning to end, and show you guys the process that I use to achieve volume and movement using one of these round brushes. So I'm gonna get these out of my hair, get my hair washed, and we'll get started with that right away. Couple things I wanna go over before we actually get into the close-up of me styling it. First of which is going to be kind of the main things I'm gonna be focusing on when I'm using this. So like I said, there's a lot of potential with a brush like this, but the main things I'm gonna be focusing on are, of course, using the natural boar bristle fibers that are in this brush that will really help smooth the hair. Now, they are real boar bristles, so if you're a vegan, sorry, but there are options out there that use synthetic plastic bristles as well for, you know, if you're a vegan. The natural boar bristles really help pull the oils through the hair and give it that nice smooth appearance. So I'm gonna be making sure that we get each section nice and smooth. Another thing is going to be the direction of my hair. You're gonna see me parting my hair at all these crazy angles. Don't worry about that too much. I'll throw some text over top while I'm actually blow drying it to kind of explain what's happening. But with these sections, I'm really going to be focusing on the direction that I'm pulling the hair. So that's gonna be something that's pretty interesting too. With that being said, I'm gonna give you the lineup that I'm gonna be using for this style. So first of all, it's maybe cheating a little bit, but I am gonna be using Orbai's Royal Blowout Heat Styling Spray just because it's super cool. That's what I'm gonna be using as a pre-styler. And then as finishing products, I'm gonna be going super lightweight. So the first thing I'm gonna be using is AG's Dry Lift. It's like a super like gritty, like waxy texture. Super lightweight. I'm gonna focus on putting it into the roots to kind of give it that dimension and that lift towards the scalp. And then also finish off with some Dusted hair powder from Osis, which is a Schwarzkopf product. So again, during the close-up, I'm going to be going over my thought process when I'm using and applying these products. But I would say, I think at this point, we'll get the lens switch, back you guys up, and get started with the styling. So enjoy the next minute or so. I hope you guys learned something. So this is what I came up with. This is the final look. And I mean, when it comes to smoothness and volume, like I said, a round brush does. And you guys actually got a brief look at what my hair normally looks like if I don't do anything to it. That's literally what my hair does, just naturally. That's my hair texture, and it's really hard to deal with. Yeah, I mean, if you use the right techniques and the right product, then you can get something that's a lot cleaner of a look, and that's generally the case with any hair type. So when it comes to round brushing, I mean, this is a good example of what a round brush can do, and kind of the idea behind it is it really smooths out those cuticles. But more significantly than that, as you saw in the close-up with the sectioning I was taking, it was really giving me control over the direction of my hair. So all this kind of movement that I'm getting out here, everything kind of flipping over, I decided to do that. Now, I know how to do that because I do hair, so I know. You know, this is something that's generally only achievable with a round brush. So if you're looking to diversify your look at home and you've never used one of these before, it is going to take a little bit of practice. And you know, your hair's gonna get caught in the brush a lot. That's really common. I don't mean to scare anybody off, but on a couple of occasions when I was working in a salon, young ladies usually would come in with one of these stuck in their hair because they tried to figure it out and they couldn't. So just be careful. You just wanna make sure you're taking nice, clean sections and just take your time with it. That entire clip that I showed you and sped through me styling my hair was a total of 16 minutes. And that's usually longer than I take anyways, because I was looking at a bunch of different stuff, making sure it's working. But if it is your first time using one of these, please take your time with it because they can get a little bit tricky. And just like anything, it does take a little bit of practice to get used to. But I think hopefully during the styling, I've covered a lot of the main things that you should worry about or focus on when you're using one of these. So I guess at this point, I will just say what I did with my hair, why I chose such light products is because all that hold is in there. My theory is if you do the pre-styling and the application of the product and technique properly, you shouldn't need a hairspray to finish it all and just lock it in, because then it becomes untouchable. And that's not what we want. We want hair that kind of moves and flows and you can run your hands through it, and that's kind of what, you know, proper styling technique and proper application of product can do. So the reason I've considered this an essential men's hairstyling technique is because a lot of people with their hair type, they'll feel like they're stuck and they can't figure out how to style their hair, and they come to me and ask questions, and it's hard for me to be able to say this is what you need to do without you guys understanding what's available to you out there. And this is an example of one of those things where if you have a coarser, frizzier hair texture like myself, if I didn't know how to use one of these, I probably wouldn't be able to achieve a look like this, right? So that's kind of what I'm trying to do with these videos, and why I'm considering it an essential technique is because if you are looking to kind of up your hair game and get to that 9, 10, 11 level, that really hurts. But anyways, I think that's it for the video, guys. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope that if you haven't yet, pick up one of these and get this. It doesn't just come in this size. If you got shorter hair, boom. Comes in multiple different sizes for the different lengths. Obviously, longer hair, you want to use a bigger one. Shorter hair, or for tighter waves, you want to get a smaller one. But obviously with my length, I use this one. So highly encourage you guys to look into that. I hope this has been helpful. And as always, if you guys like my stuff, please hit that subscribe button. We're well over 1,000 subscribers now, and it's going really, really fast, and this is awesome. It really feels good to get to this point. And yeah, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Please drop a like. And if you've watched up until this point in my video, give me one of these in the comments so I know that you stuck around till the very end, because I really appreciate that. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next video.